George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
Imagine that you're traveling internationally and you have to be tested for COVID when you land at your new destination. What happens if you get a false positive? Chances are you're going to be quarantined for somewhere until they can figure out whether or not you really have the illness or not. Well, the only thing worse than that is when you're buying a house and you get a false positive credit score. Thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson. And how exactly do you get a false positive on your credit score? Well, to be real brief about this, it's called disputing your accounts. I've seen a lot of people make comments on some of my videos and some other places on the internet. So-and-so took my credit score from 550 to 750, in 13 hours and on all these salacious claims out there. And in a lot of these cases, what's happening is that they're just disputing the negative items on your credit report. For example, if somebody has only 2 good trade lines that have no late payments or anything else on them, and they've got a dozen of them that are negative, if all of those accounts get disputed, the credit scoring algorithm is not going to take those disputed accounts into consideration. In other words, they're basically invisible, and the only thing the credit scoring algorithm is going to see is the 2 positive credit scores, and it's going to say, wow, this guy only has these 2 trade lines and they look great, and it's just ignoring the other ones. And you could very well get a 200-point increase on your credit score in a very short period of time. However, if you're doing a conventional loan, and sometimes even with FHA and VA there's a little bit more flexibility, underwriting is going to require to see what that credit score is after you remove the dispute language from there. Getting it removed, I've got a whole separate video on how to remove those. It can be difficult if you have a reinvestigation in process, but if it's your first dispute, you can get rid of it. But what it means is that we have to do a subsequent hard pull credit report after the dispute language is gone. So if you didn't get those accounts deleted or the late payments removed or whatever you were trying to do in the dispute process, when that second credit report comes and pulls, it's going to go and pick up those accounts and it is going to score your account with these negative items on there. And it can very well just drop you right back to where you were before you started the dispute. So again, this is only when you're in the process of applying for a mortgage loan that we got to get those disputed accounts off of there. But it's a word to the wise, and just be careful about some of these salacious claims about, overnight 200-point credit score increases and whatnot. It depends on whether or not you actually have to use that credit report for something. So hopefully that helps. Thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson, and I'd like to talk to you anytime about your personal circumstances and see if I can't help you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.